Hey, good morning, everyone. How are you? Sorry, I was sitting here and looking at some scans and got lost track of time there. Apologize. How's everybody doing? For those that don't know, this is Rick with Hit Run Candlesticks. I want to reach out and say thank you very much to Ed Carter and Live Trading Alerts for inviting me over one more Monday. And until Ed tells me no more, anybody that would like to come over here every Monday at 11:45 Eastern, you're more than welcome. Sure would like to have you. So let's. What we're going to do today is I've got kind of a featured scan that I want to cover. But first, I want to cover the market, a few charts that we bought today, and we'll kind of take it from there. All right. So right now, I would have to say that the bulls are still in charge of the market. Oh, for dating purposes, this is Monday, May 3rd, 2021, and it is right now 11:47 Eastern time, okay? So, like I say, right now I would have to give everything to the bulls, absolutely everything. Now, I can't say that they're doing a great job for the day, but then one day does not make a trend, and it usually does not change a trend. So right now we're still trending up. If we come over here and look at what I call a dark chart, it just has the lines on it. You can see we're clearly still trending up. You may have a little intraday, throughout the day, a little bit of choppiness, things like that, maybe even a couple of days of choppiness, but the overall trend is still working out. Diamonds, I think, are acting absolutely terrific here. They're the ones leading the show. Nice gap up. Candle continues to look good. Price action continues to look good. We're approaching this, what that date over there? April 16th. We're approaching that high, and we'll just have to watch that. I mean, there's no way to know for sure if it's going to break out or if we're going to stall out a little bit here. So we'll just keep an eye on it. But even if it was to stall out just a little bit, the trend is still bullish. I mean, if we were to put a pull back just a little bit here today, overall the chart is still bullish. Take a look at VXX, and it is still trending down. Nothing here suggests that bulls are getting scared. Nothing at all. So, still bullish. Still bullish. Alrighty. I want to feature an alert here that somebody asked me to kind of help them with, and it's a very nice alert. They wanted to incorporate a couple different things in the alert, and I'm gonna share that. For the most part with everybody, share everything there. So anyway, but I want to ask you some questions here, and I want you to take price out of the picture for now. You may not like, you may not trade a $62 chart. That's not the question. That's not the issue. A chart is a chart is a chart. Do you like these type of charts? Do you like these type of charts? And where'd it go? Here it is. Here's another one. Fast. Do you like these kind of charts? And what I'm looking for are charts that we have this rally and pullback, like that, rally, pullback, that sort of thing. Does anyone like those type of charts? Yeah, Roger, Jody, good. Anyone else? There's 84 people in here, so I should get either 84 yeses or 84 nos. Just saying. Be helpful. Sorry, but, we don't ask for much in here. It's free. LKQ, that sort of thing. There we go. Get some involvement. There you go. There you go. AFL. There we are. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Up is better. I don't know what you mean, Max. Can you help out? Up is better. Not sure what you mean. Because if I need to make some adjustment on here, I would be more than happy to make it better. Like I say, this is something I've done for somebody that better than down. Okay, it still kind of makes no sense. I don't know what you mean. That's all I'm looking at are stocks that are up. So again, I apologize. FBHS. I mean, anyone think they can make money on charts like this? And here we are, just breaking out right there. So this is one of the easiest trades there are, and I would offer that if anybody is having trouble trading, you try this. It's similar to a 3/8 trap. In fact, I've created a group that includes a 3/8 trap. I've done that, but it also includes something else and something else, which I'm gonna share with everybody here. See how this rallies up? To me, this is a buy, hands down. I need more money. I can't buy all the stocks that come up. Just cannot. Just cannot do it. JCI, those kind of things here. What BTX? Yeah, that's not a trade though, Jimmy. That's not a trade, and I don't know if that's what he means here. PKG. Okay, so let's talk about it. The idea, I think, that we want is a couple of things to happen. I think we would like to see a moving average rising. I think we would like to see, you know what, I'm going to try this, see if I can do this. We're going to put a line here. We'll put a line here. Okay. I have to do as much this way as possible. So moving average rising. Okay. So this is the little area we're going to work with. I think something that's always good is to follow a moving average. So we always want a rising moving average. That's why I use these so much. This is the 17, or what we call the Trendicator. This is the 34 EMA. This is the 50. I could actually get away with just getting rid of the 34 and getting rid of the 50 and only using this one right here. Yeah, that would work out just fine. So we always want everything rising, I think anyway. Other traders might have different ideas about that, but we always want a moving average rising. And then what we're looking for is we're looking for that rise up, and then I'm looking for a pullback like this. And this pullback here, I get asked an awful lot. Define that pullback, define that pullback right here. How many days or how long, that sort of thing. And really, it doesn't matter how many days, providing it stays up over the moving average you've dedicated. If it stays above that trend that you've dedicated, or something in the scan that you've dedicated, things like that. You can't catch everything. I hear people, they'll this trend here, they might, for instance, maybe this is one person's trend, another person's trend is this, another person's trend is that. It's kind of like soda. Some people can't stand Pepsi, but you love Coke. It's all the same thing. It's just different. We have different likes or dislikes. It really doesn't matter, each person, what each person would use, as long as you're making money and you've dialed your trading into that, say that trend. So that part of it won't matter, and you can dial it all into the scan. That's one of the neat things about the live trading alert scans, is you can dial those in like that. There's another piece here that somebody asked me to use, and that is really to put MACD in the picture, because they were adamant about only trading bullish MACDs. Pin, there we go. So what they wanted down here was MACD, and I probably should go to my MACD chart. And their definition of a bullish MACD was the 1226.9, and let's make that red, I guess. So it'd be like that right there. Probably this should be longer too. So they only want to trade this chart pattern, and right in here, they want, they want to see some bullishness like that. And this period here, Ed already had this put into the scanner, and it's basically a 5-day pullback that you can adjust. You can make it a 2-day pullback. You can make it a 30-day pullback if you want, or I shouldn't say pullback. I should say lower than the highest high. For instance, what I'm using is the 5 days. So I want this to be lower than the highest high in the past 5 days over here. I want to see that trend. I want to see buyers, and then I want to see the MACD. So really, we're asking for a little bit here. Let's see, what color haven't I used? I need to find a color. I think I'll use the red because I only use that once. There we go. So here I'm using a scan that gives me combined all together a pullback, and it's less than the highest high within 5 days. And then I'm looking for bullishness above our trend, and I'm looking for MACD to be trending. Basically, the 1226 above the 9 is what we're looking at. So putting that all together, really, I mean, you could do something like this. Who needs any stinking moving averages or anything on their charts? You could just use a naked chart, and you'd see charts like this right here. And if somebody doesn't understand how to trade this, please speak up, because I'm assuming you do. Okay, I'm going to assume that you do. What I have found that most people have trouble finding the charts. That's where the problem lies. But please, if you don't understand that, then let me know, and we will certainly cover that. Take a look at LH. Again, don't pay attention to the price. These aren't charts necessarily to be bought today. We'll look at a couple. I might even buy one today. All we're looking at is at the chart. So we've got this rise, down, bullishness, and we're still less than the highest high within 5 days. Gill, look at that. Look at that. Absolutely wonderful. ZNTL, fabulous. See, we're trending, and every one of these, you'll see that the trend has been up. Now, in some cases, maybe the trend is up like this. Some cases, the trend is up a little bit higher. It's just a trend. Now, you can adjust that trend so that some steepness to some extent. So, let's see. Raj, do you have a scan that gives stochastics? Yes, that is on the scanner. And actually, if you would like to hang around after I'm finished, and I will be finished in about 40 minutes from now, 35 minutes from now. But if you'll hang around, Ed will be here, and he'll help you set up on the scanner the stochastics, okay? So, and yeah, we'll definitely cover these here, okay? We'll definitely do that. Look at CTT. So are these charts, again, a little activity, Are these charts the kind of charts that you guys that you would want? I mean, look at that right there. Those are nice. Those are nice. Very nice. So, let me move this scan over here, and you'll see I'm not cherry picking these. These are, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I'm not cherry picking these. These are not, this is not the type of webinar where you're looking at a PowerPoint of charts that are, 4 years old. You're looking at live action right now. This is live action here. Let me make sure this stays on top. Just click that button, it'll stay on top there. So MSCI, again, I know that not everybody can trade a $500 stock, so let's not worry about price. Let's just take a look at the chart, and all price charts, all different prices can come into here. And by the way, for those that if you don't trade $400, $500 stocks, don't look at them. You can actually pull them out of here, so you only see the price range that you trade. Okay. So I think, let's see, we've talked about just about everything. I'm going to come over here. There we go. So this is my chart with my MACD up there, and you can see that the MACD is rising. You know what? I'm gonna change those colors. Maybe they'll be a little more vivid. Let me edit that real quick. How about that green, and we're gonna do, say okay, and then we'll do this one red. There, that looks a little better. Maybe we'll make them a little wider. Oh, there we go. That's what I just should have done. A little more vivid. There we are. Now we'll put this down here. So again, I'm not going to cherry pick these, so let's just take them as they fall. Look at that right there. FDS. MACD in trending mode. Chart is in trending mode. Chart is in a chart pattern here, where you have a rise and a pullback. This is what we would call a pullback opportunity, where a stock rises and then pullbacks and gives you that opportunity. CTT, there's $12 stock. That right there is ready to break out. All right, so let's see. Roger's saying, is there a scan for what you're? Oh yeah, it is. You have to make it. You have to make it. But I'll tell you what I'll do. If you have the scanner, what we'll do, let's do this. If you have the scanner, I will push this out. Ed is going to have to show me how to do it. I forgot how to do it again. But if Ed, he'll come on when I'm finished. He'll just help me do it, and I'll push it out to everybody, and you can have the scan just like that. Okay. And there you go. You won't have to do anything. The only thing you'll have to do is pick your watch list. I believe that's the only thing that won't come across, which I just use the watch list that's there in the scanner. Maybe that's the thing to do. I hope that's okay. So it'll shoot me if it's not. Take a look at AMFD here. Look at that. Nice chart. So let's talk about how we're going to trade this. I'm going to dim those down just a tiny bit. There we go. Let's talk about how to trade this. So when I'm looking at a chart, I see you can clearly see the nice trend in here. If you feel like you have to draw a line, you can do that. Where I like to draw lines is, I like to ask myself why I like this chart. Why do I like this chart? And I like it because it's trending. And I like it because it rose, broke out here, and I like it because it pulled back. And now it might be giving me a pullback opportunity. The opportunity is when the whole pullback is the opportunity, but we look for the buy signal to finish that opportunity off. Okay, we look for that. So once you ask yourself why you like the chart, I truly believe you have the answer to where you wouldn't like the chart for a stop. So if I was to buy this right now, I would look at buying this and I would set my stop up below yesterday's low. That seems like a good place. I mean, really, would anyone like it below this line right here? And I think not, because that would put it under that big resistance right there. That just would not be smart. I think most people would agree with that. So the last thing I'm going to do is, if I bought this right about there, I'm going to put this line down here, the buy box, and that tells me that I have about 3.4% risk. Now, you don't have to put the buy box. You don't. I mean, I could come up here and just drop my mouse down, drag down, and I can see over here to the left, top left corner of my chart, that it will show me my risk in there as well. I just like to do this. This is just something I like to do. So, about right there. So I'll know what that risk is right there. Let's see. Let's see, Emily, LB. Yeah, LB was one I looked at for a possible buy today. Very possible buy. That is very nice. And looking like pop out of the box. Yeah, I guess you could say that. I'm assuming that's what you're looking at as the box. Had a little bit of a dip down, and now it may be trying to pop out. Probably what I would call this, while I'm not disagreeing with you, I'm pop out of the box. I don't want this down here. I want the box, and I want to pop out. I don't want this thing here. But I would have to look at this and say that you have a scoop pattern setting up. I would say that. So we're splitting hairs. You know, who cares? It looks very nice and very bullish, so it does look good. Let's see, Raj, how come I do not see this 5-day PBO max scan on my list yet? Calm down. Take a breath. Chill. Easy. I'm going to send it to you because it's made up of multiple scans there, Raj. Multiple scans. Let me give you a quick view. Multiple scans. I'm even using the group. So it's either this group or this group. This group, by the way, is nothing more than the 3/8 trap. I want it to be a 3/8 trap, or I want it to be below the highest high in the last 5 candles. Other than that, this, and this, rising white bullish, is the exact same. Rising white bullish over here. The only difference is this is a 3/8 trap, and this is just a pullback. So it's just an or thing. So instead of going through and setting it up for you, what I'm going to do, because that takes too much time, what I'm going to do is Ed will help me push this out to you, and it will come. You know, you've seen Ed push out notes to you. Right here, about right here, there'll be a little blue box kind of flashing. Click on that, and then it'll be there, and you can click on this, and you'll get that scan. Okay. Let's look at DBI. Look at DBI. Look at and you guys, if you guys are looking at these, then you're seeing that these are coming out. You don't have enough money to trade all of them. You don't. I know you don't. I mean, no disrespect. You just don't have enough money. At some point, you're going to run out. But these are coming up left and right, and that's one of the things that makes this scanner just killer cool, just absolutely killer cool, right here. Let's see. Does anyone have? We should do another one. And by the way, everyone that comes up doesn't mean that it's a trade. Let's take a look at ALXN. So if I was going to trade ALXN, the first thing I'm going to do, well, you know, if you feel you need to draw the trend, go ahead. But I'm definitely going to put this line here because you see that high? We broke out. I like that. So now I'm going to look at this, and this candle is within the highest high of the last 5 days. So I'm looking at that as a trade. So right now, I think we're going to drop this down just a tiny bit because I'm going to get to that low yesterday, and 168.5, 168.10 would be the stop. So let's just find out if that is, if we can afford that. That's always something you want to do. What are we talking here? 1%? Yeah, I can afford that. Now, I don't always wait. I get asked this fairly often. Should you wait till it comes over to that trend line? That's a trader's choice. You don't have to. I mean, if that's what you want to do, then that's perfectly fine. I have nothing against that. I just take advantage of charts when they're acting good at this moment. It doesn't mean that it can't slide over, and then you trade in this area right here. Let's look at WSO. Do that one there. Look at WSO. I mean, this is a stupid good scan here. It really is. So, I think we can look at that as we don't want it to go below those lows right there. So let's just see, is this worth it? Because if this was 10%, then I wouldn't take that trade. So you've got 2.75, 2.8, however you're going to do it there, as possible risk. There's another way to trade this trade too that I think I like. And that is, how about we look for a breakout and then we wait for that breakout and then we trade it up here. That's another way we might trade that. Let's see. How do you determine which is ready for trade? I'm looking at them. So far, I think every single one of these have been a trade to me. Every single one of them. Let's look at K&L. That could be a trade to me. I see nothing but bullishness in this chart. ALC, let's look at that. I see nothing but bullishness in this chart. This might be a trade for me. So let's just count the numbers. We've got a nice trend. You've got a morning star signal. Why wouldn't you trade that? Yeah. No, I always do swing trades, Raj. I never do day trades. Now, there are times that I'll buy something. Say I bought this today. Well, here, what did I buy today? I bought some Apple today. So, what if I bought Apple today. What if Apple was to do this today? What if by the end of the day, Apple was to be up here? I would close it. Now, I do not believe that that would make me a day trader. I'm not a day trader. I'm a swing trader. So everything I'm buying, I buy as a swing trade. Take a look at Boot. That's a buy to me. Does the chart not look bullish? Does it not look like it's going to continue up? Pretty simple. Nice pop out of the box. Nice morning star signal. Let's put our stop right here and see if we can afford that. 5%? Maybe that's a little steep for some people. There's nothing wrong with changing your stop. Nothing wrong. How about today's low? And honestly, if it did get below today's low, would you like the chart? Probably not. Oh. Can I look at Goldman? Yep. Goldman. Goldman looks good. Goldman looks really good. The only negative, if I had a negative for it, we're right here at the top. Everything else looks good. Very nice bottom here. Very nice low to higher low to higher highs. Very nice there. Great looking chart. That's the only negative. And I'm not even sure that that's a negative. You know, as a trader, your choice is you can buy it here or wait for it to break out. But yeah, right now it looks pretty darn good. Let's see, earnings. I'm not even looking at earnings, so yeah, it may have been earnings. Is there a way we can determine T1, T2? If you have that on your chart, you can certainly do that. Sorry, I was thinking of pivot points. Well, Raj, how long have you been trading, Raj? How long have you been trading? About 5 months. Okay. So, how many webinars have you gone to and asked about targets, and how many different scenarios have people told you about targets? You're just basically going to have to pick one. There's no magic out here. There's no magic at all. There's nothing that says that is the target. Damn it. Nothing there. There's nothing there like that. There's nothing. I mean, there literally is nothing like that. So you've got to decide what your targets are, and there are goodles of ways to figure out where your target is. My favorite thing is just simply to follow price. As long as it remains trending, then it's still working, right? The way I say that's my favorite way, but I'm taking profits on the way up into strength. So somebody says 392.07 is a target. I'm going to say, who died and made them God? That's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to take profits on the way up like this based on my own rules. Okay. And so usually they have based on resistance. Like, well, there is no resistance, is there? Up here, is there? There is no resistance. So, and let's do this. You're in this chart and it's moving up, right? Everything's good and green. You're happy. You're happy. You're happy. You're going to sell it. Simple. It is so simple. And here's exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm going to shorten it up because the webinar is not about the way I take profits. The webinar is about the scanner. What I do is my goal is to double my money every 12 months. So I work that number backwards and I know how much money I have to make on average per trade per day on average. Not every day do I win. But I know on average I've got to do that. So let's say to double my money in 12 months, there's 243 days to trade in a year. So what if I have to make $100 a day average? If I buy Goldman and it jumps up here to say $200 profit, I'm going to sell half just like that. I could care less who claimed that was a top. I could care less what the candlesticks are doing. I have a job. I have a job, and that's my job. So I'll sell half. Sometimes I'll sell it all too. A lot depends on what day of the week it is, the market conditions, things like that. But that's how I take profits, okay? So a target is sort of I don't know. It's sort of everybody's got a different idea. Everybody has a different idea. Okay. Let's see. I love that strategy, RC. And thanks, Raj. Thank you so much for your questions, by the way. I appreciate it. Okay. Steve, is it a quick process to add bullish MACD to the scan? Oh, absolutely. Point and click. Yeah. If you have the scanner and you have a scan, just go in there and type in MACD and you'll see several choices. This one that's on this is bullish MACD. And what it's doing is it's saying, I just want the 1226 above the 9. That's all. Doesn't matter if it's down low or up high. Does not matter. But there's several of them there. So let's go look at BX. BX. Look at BX. Again, I'm not, these aren't charts from 4 months ago, somebody trying to impress you what they found looking at charts. These are charts live. This is real-time stuff right now. And, man, that's impressive. That's impressive. I have a PM here. I'm going to answer that PM real quick. So what it is this person does not want to use, they don't want to see $300 prices. They can't trade that. Now, I'm using all US LTA symbols. When I trade, I normally do not do that. I'm doing that today only so we have plenty of stocks to look at. I usually use my own list, which is just a combination of, it's actually all the S&P, all the CBOE, and that's pretty much it, I think. What you have to do is alert price. If you have a minimum, let's put a minimum of $5, and let's put a maximum of, I'm just noticing the price here, and I don't want to kill it. So let's put a minimum of 250, something like that. Okay, well, you know what? Let's, like I say, I don't want to make this so thin. We'll make it 200. So you can adjust that. Click on save here in a minute. It takes a minute to. My poor old computer. I need a new one. There we go. There it is. It'll go blank for a second or 2 seconds, and give it a chance. See, there's 167 possibilities right now, right here, but they all have to meet our criteria. INCY just came up. There we go here. Man, I could trade chart like that all day long. How sweet is that? CRI. Now, something we might do too. I think we know the MACD is all going to be working here. So I'm going to go to a different chart, put some moving averages on there, and from there you might want to. Maybe there's some T-line traders here, people that don't buy too far from the T-line. So what happens is you can actually adjust this so you're a maximum a distance away from the T-line. So say you don't want to be more than 3% away from the T-line. You can actually put something like that in there. Something like, wow, boot, that's nice. Anybody like boot? Earnings on the 19th. That looks like a nice chart right here. What was I saying? So again, you can see that we lowered price a little bit. If you can even put things in here, if you want the T-line to be closer to the 17, the Trendicator, you can tighten that up. You can tighten price and the moving average up. See WTI? Nice chart, Bill. I think that is long. And if somebody doesn't like the 50-period moving average, there you go. What 50-period moving average? But again, if you are one of the traders that looks at the 50-period moving average, then you might not like that chart. You might not like it. Somebody that follows the 50 and you think that's important, there's nothing wrong with that. I agree with you. You might wait for it to break out. Somebody that's just following price action, this looks like a fabulous chart. Absolutely fabulous. Nice rally up. Nice little pullback. Excellent. I think that's a nice chart. The big negative, Bill, I mean a massive big negative for me is earnings is on the 4th. That's a massive. In fact, that's a no-go for me. Love the chart, by the way. Top notch. I could care or care less that the 50-period moving average is here, but the earnings is a killer. Let's see J&J. Great looking chart. Great looking chart, J&J. Saint, sorry. XLV. XLV looks nice, yeah. This one is a great one. I love that chart. Looks absolutely fantastic. And that J and J here, let's put that back up. J and J looks nice. So, you know, let's talk about this for a second. For there are traders. There's tall traders, short traders, fat traders, skinny traders. There's all sorts of traders. Traders with one eye, traders with two eyes. You know, there's no right and wrong to trading. And well, yeah, there is. If you're not making money, you're doing it wrong. Stop doing it that way. Okay, find another way to do it. That's what I'm going to say if you're not making money. But there is no, other than that, there is no wrong way to trade. And here's why I'm saying that about this chart. Some traders are going to look at this and they're jumping all over it. I mean, seriously, it's clear that there's traders buying it, right? They're right, and some are wrong. What everybody's betting on is that it goes higher. That's all it is a bet. That is all it is. And everyone looks at a chart to make that determination. It's like poker. You know, it's like five-card draw. You know, you deal out the cards, you pick your hand up, and this is your hand right here. This is your hand. So now you decide how many cards are you going to discard because you want some new cards, right? That's all you're doing here. So some traders are going to say, man, I'm going to stay pat. You dealt me a great hand. I'm buying right in here. Some traders are going to say, you know what? I'm going to discard a couple cards because what I want to do is I want to wait for this to actually break out. And I'm going to get rid of all that right there and put this line up. There we go. And we're going to go right here. And some traders are going to say, deal me a couple more cards because I want to wait for a breakout. So I say the person that bought here was absolutely correct. The person that buys up here is absolutely correct. Where the problems come in is how you plan your exit. How you plan your exit. And I don't mean a profit exit. I mean a disaster exit. I mean, how can we not like this chart? It's trending, yes. Now, somebody might say, well, I don't like this chart till it actually breaks out. And there's nothing wrong with that. The person that buys it here, they set it up. You know, they put their stop in there. And they might say something like this. You're buying this chart, so you buy it right now. You're going to use yesterday as a low. That seems reasonable. 1.4%. Pretty sure every trader in the world can afford 1.4%. So, like I said, the trader buying it now, perfect. The trader that waits here, perfect. The trader that waits till it's up here, perfect. You don't have to buy, you know, at some spot that you, in other words, if you don't buy it and you say you're going to wait for a breakout, and it comes up here, and then you, oh man, I wish I would have bought it. It pulls back, but you don't buy it, and it moves up higher. Man, I wish I would have bought it. Don't worry, it's going to do this again, and you're probably not going to buy it because you didn't buy it here or here, and it's going to do this, and man, I wish I would have bought it. Don't worry because it's going to do this, and you're not going to buy it again. Somewhere you just got to take that stand. So anyway, nice chart. Both those were nice. Thank you. PFE long. PFE long. Yeah, PFE's nice. PFE's very nice. I'm not sure I want to trade a gap. I'm not into that. Now, you know, if you bought it right here, okay, you've got some money to work with. If you're looking to buy it right now, I'm not too keen on that. Not too keen at all. It's moved up too far. We're hitting that top. I'd rather just wait till it proved itself at this point. Let's see. What else do we have? Is there a way if I want to set up that AEME cross over the 21? Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you hang around, here, I'm going to be closing my webinar here up in about 15 minutes. And if you hang around, Ed will be more than happy to help you with that, okay? More than happy. DG. Yep, that's a nice setup. It is. Let's see. Will there be a difference between 3 over 17 and 8 over 21? Yes, there's a big difference. The 3's over the 17 and the 8 is over the 21. I'm sorry. I tried to make something funny about that. The difference is the 3 is over the 17 or the 8 is over the 21. Let me share you probably my number one secret about trading. This is truly my number one secret about trading. Okay? Do whatever you want. Just keep it consistent. For instance, I see people posting charts out here. I will never look at those charts to trade. You know why? I only look at charts that meet my qualifications. So while J&J is a great looking chart, and that other one, a great looking chart, I will not trade it. I will not trade it till it comes up on my scans. And I've boiled down my scans where I'm seriously only looking about 5. Now I have more on my charts, on my screens, but I think I deleted 5 this morning. But I'm really getting to where I'm only looking at 5, maybe 6 scans anymore. And unless they come up on those scans, I do not trade them. So what I'm saying there is do whatever you do, but do it consistently. If you're going to trade something, the 3 crossing the 17, do it consistently. If you're going to do something, the 8 crossing the 21, do it consistently. And if somebody rolls into the room and says, here's a hot stock, who cares? Other than great for them. But for you, don't chase everything that everybody tosses out there. That is my number one find in 34 years that has made me a better trader. I only trade stocks that come to me from the alerts. That's it. Now, and don't get me wrong, look, I think the scanner is about the best thing since sliced bread. But not everyone has the scanner. You scan for stocks however you want. Absolutely however you want. Just do the same thing over and over and over. And don't chase stuff from everyone else. Okay? Which one? Well, first of all, a crossover is not optimal entry. So if your question is a 3 crossing over the 8 optimal, more optimal than the 8 over the 21, let me share with you, that's a horrible entry. Okay? That's a horrible entry. Because let's do this. Let's call this blue line the 17. And this is the 3. The crossover, that's a horrible entry. That may be a good chart set up, but that's a rotten entry. And I think that is a crappy entry too. To see stocks crossing over the 50, so what? That's a horrible entry. You said entry. And see, that is something that I think you're missing. So for instance, let's take right here. That and in hindsight, everybody might say, well, that's a great entry. I think that's a horrible entry. Horrible. I think the best entry is somewhere along this line right here. Because what you have is you've got a breakout. Now what you want it to do is come back and test, and that is what you want for an entry. But just the crossover, what happens a lot of times is it'll cross over and it'll come back and it'll eat your lunch. And by the way, you were talking moving averages over there. By the time let's call this the 21. By the time the 8 crosses over the 21, price has done all sorts of things, and price could be way up here. Horrible entry. Horrible entry. So what you're doing is you've got part of the equation. Let's go look at SCI right over here. You've got part of the equation. Here's the breakout. Doesn't mean it's a good entry. The setup is the consolidation. That's where you're looking for your entry, in the consolidation. RS, it's another one there. There's the breakout. Here's the breakout. See the pullback right here, or the pullback right here, or I would never buy that, but I would go after a possible breakout here. So anyway, PM. Yeah. In hindsight, that looks fantastic. The problem is that's what you're looking at, is hindsight. For every time you find one hindsight, I should have bought it here, I'll find you 10 that did the same thing that failed. See, we always forget that. We always forget, oh man, I wish I would have bought PM here. Well, sure you do, because PM is up. But what about the ones that did that failed? So that means you can't buy just because of that. So the breakout is great. Now wait for the setup. Wait for the setup. PKX. There we go. Look at that. Here, let's look at this here. So see how we rally and pull back. And whether you're looking for a breakout over a moving average or whatever, it doesn't matter. If I did this to this chart, there, you've got no clue where the moving averages are. So it doesn't matter whether you break out over a moving average or over price. You pull back, now let's look at it. Say we rally up, pull back, now let's look at it. Rally up, pull back. I'm not sure there would have been an entry there, really. I'm just not much of a gap trader. But see that over and over. We rally up and pull back. There's your buy. See this consolidation right here? Somewhere in that consolidation could be a buy. Right there. Where are we here? So let me go over this again, and I'll ask Ed, and I mean we'll see if we can get it out. He'll send me instructions how to do it, and I'll push this out for everybody that has the scanner. It's all set up for you. It's looking for two things. Let's go to this chart, and let's put the 3 EMA up there as well, because it's set up to. This scan is looking for two different things. It's looking for the bullish action below the highest high of the past 5 days. Or it's looking for a 3/8 trap. Okay, either or. And all the trend is all built in for it. That's why they all come up kind of looking the same. I mean, they all really do look the same with that, up, overall trending up and a pullback. That's a pretty nice looking chart there. Fast is one of those charts that I'm thinking about toward the end of the day, right here. This has been acting good all day long here, so I like that chart. We're currently a 3/8 trap. Yeah, we're currently a 3/8 trap, and it is lower. Today is lower than the highest high of the past 5 days. Sure, Jimmy. The 3/8 trap is simply you're trapping price between two moving averages. That's all you're doing. When you hear us refer to the 3/8 trap, it's the 3 exponential moving average, which is the green line, and the 8 exponential moving average, which is the black line. You can use, you can build a trap using any moving averages you want. But this is what we primarily use right there, the 3 and the 8. Now the 3, mine is, I use the high, exponential high. You see you have the choice of last, open, high, low close divided by 3. I use the high. Just my choice. You can use the close if you want, but just my choice there. And what I'm looking for is a buy inside this area or a breakout. Something like that. Getty. See, this could be a buy for me. Here we have a 3/8 trap. It was in there once today. It's trying to break out now. But this has possibilities of a buy. We're talking 2% risk. See PLG. PLG, 3/8 trap, and this is pretty nice here. See how we're up? Let me make that bigger. Let's do maybe 3. See that? Right there. Pullback opportunity right in here. So let's see here. What else have we got going on here? Our XLE, we bought some XLE last week, and we sent that out in the on the app for members. And I was just determined to buy it. I bought it last week, and we're moving up real nice today, right here inside the 3/8 trap, and it's setting up, below the highest high. The reason you don't see it here is because it's not meeting all the trend qualifications. Or maybe, yeah, that could be it. GLPI, let's look at that. So here, what I'm going to do is, let's change, I use user-defined list, which is this list right here, which it's the CBOE 400. Not all the S&P 500 are in this. So I combine them. And you can combine whichever ones you want. But we'll do this. And see, now I only have 50. I'm going to eliminate this, though. Come on. There you go. I'm going to eliminate the price. Now, this is one thing I do to limit the amount of charts coming up. And I almost never use the all symbols in LTA because it's looking at all of them, and I don't want to look at all of them. So now I have a max of 50 that's going to show up. And that's going to be way down because not all of them qualify. So we'll see we'll give it a couple minutes and see if something qualifies. There goes fast again. Like I say, fast is on my list to buy. In fact, let's just go see. Let's go see. What's the options look like? When's the earnings? July? So, June. I'll go August. Man, they're not big on their open interest, are they? I like to have some open interest, and it's not exactly looking great. That's a shame. But depending on how much you buy, 264 contracts out there, that's not bad. For some people, you might not want to do that, but I have no problem doing that. But that doesn't mean somebody else might. Huh. Doggone. So I'll have to think about that. Not sure I want to buy that. Love the chart, though. Love the chart. All right, are there any last questions about this? Take a look at MMP. And again, I can't say what, well, let me see here if, yeah, I can't say exactly what time, but I will promise you I will get this pushed out to you. today. Okay. Alrighty, if that's all cool, I'm going to say see you later, alligator. And I wish everybody the absolute best. Good luck in trading. Watch this crazy market. Super, super crazy market, I think. Insane. Note we're pulling back a little bit here on the SPY. We start breaking below the T line, below that trend line there. That could cause a tiny bit of trouble, so be a little careful there. One thing I'm going to do is I'm also going to keep my eye on VXX, and if VXX starts climbing up, that's an indication that a little fear is starting to come in the market. When there's a little fear coming into the market, that's going to push the market down a little bit. So keep an eye on that. All right, everyone. Ed, thank you so much for having me here, and we'll see everybody next Monday, 11:45, right here. Take care.